A very good evening and welcome to the Flipside webinar series. So, my name is Pulel and I will be your host today. The Flipside webinar series is basically a popular event within Pick a Book where we discuss important lessons from important books. So, Today is actually a very special day for Pick a Book. We just launched our 25th club globally and we are proud to celebrate that as well. So, to tell you a little bit about Pick a Book, we are a global movement for readers. Now, they say the best way to learn is to teach somebody. So, we encourage the reading habit by getting all participants to read a book, research on it thoroughly, and present a summary, which also helps to hone his or her public speaking, communication, and presentation skills. By doing this, Pick a Book not only inculcates the habit of reading, but also helps to impart a wealth of knowledge. So let's start off by telling the story of Pick a Book. This started off as an enthusiastic approach towards inculcating the habit of reading among the staff of a company called Epitome Digital. So this started off as a fun initiative and quickly picked up interest among the connections of the staff. Now, with massive public encouragement, Pick a Book gradually widened its roots and expanded to include public reading sessions. So now we have segments for kids, adults, teenagers, schools and universities, corporates, and communities as well. So, like I said, what started off as an office activity where one staff member read a chapter on a specific book and presented it to others garnered much interest among those who liked to read but never found the time. Thus, Pick a Book was born with public reading sessions and a much loved platform for readers of all ages. All right, so that is a little story about Pick a Book. So today is actually a very special day, and we have organized a very special uh, flip side indeed, because this flip side, unlike other flip sides, are basically the two panelists today are father and daughter. So without further ado, I'd like to let me introduce you to our wonderful panelists. This is quite an interesting session that we have lined up. So we have Shuo, who will be discussing Awaken the Giant Within, and adding a sweet twist to the session, the amazing Dia Ridayesh will talk all the junior viewers through the book Captain Underpants. So to tell you a little bit about Dia, Dia studies at Stanford International in year 5, and her hobbies include she loves to edit videos. And fun fact, this was the first book she presented for the first time when Pick a Book Junior. So she's also the chairman of world's first Pick a Book Junior club. So welcome, Dia, to the Flipside session. It's a pleasure having you on board. And next we have Shuo. Shuo is a man who doesn't need no introduction. Basically, he is a trainer for world-class speakers like Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, and he's also the director of Parkway Hospitals, Singapore, and he's a very enthusiastic member of Pick a Book. And also, he is the first chairman of the world's first Pick a Book club. So, Shuo, welcome aboard. Thank you so much for taking your time and joining us today.
Thank you, Funal. Thank you very much for having. I'm actually very excited since DI is on board as well. So I'm additionally excited today having her
All right, so
in the
are
panel.
we. And yes, and so are our audience as well. So let's dive right in to the book. So, Dia, you chose this book called Captain Underpants. Now, I remember reading this book when I was a kid, and trust me, it was so funny. It was humorous, and I'd like to ask you, why did you pick this book to present?
I chose this book because uh, it's really funny and it made me laugh, and it's one of my favorite books that I've ever presented and read.
All right, great. I can agree to that. It is really funny, and it has a lot of drawings that are drawn in a very, very humorous way. So thank you, dear, for choosing that book. Now let's move on to Shuo. Now Shuo has, as always, chooses great books, and today he's going to talk about "Awaken the Giant Within" by Robbins. Now, Shuo, what is this book all about?
So before that, I want to mention one thing. This was actually the first book I presented when Pickabook was actually Pickabook was not in existence. So we used to get together at the office, and then so Raghulan asked me to present the book. So then Tony is always been very near and dear. This is the book which has helped me because this book is an action book. Why I say it's an action book because it gives a lot of distinctions how to have a better life, how to become a better version of yourself, and so far more than 50 million copies has been sold, and it has made a huge impact worldwide. And this book has been written, I think, 40 years back, and then still it's one of the bestseller when it comes to self-development or self-help. So the reason, so this is all about. In the book, it says a lot of things about mentions a lot of things about to the point to develop your belief system, how to make decision, how to how to manage your emotion. So that's why so so that's why I thought that because since this book has helped me, and so through this book I'll be able to help a lot of people. So so that's the whole thing is all about for awaken the giant within. It really helps you to awaken your giant after you read and take action.
All right, great. And it's authored by Tony Robbins, who is a fantastic personality. I guess he's one of the most successful coaches of all time.
So he's world's number one success coach.
All right, great. So, super excited to dive into this book show. Now, my next question is to Dia. Now, Dia, there are these characters from Captain Underpants. Now, what do you think about the main characters of the book, George and Harold, and Captain Underpants?
I think George and Harold are really two really funny kids, and they're really good like comic writers and really good at drawing. And I think Captain Underpants just in general is really funny. And um, my favorite part of him is that um, his cape is his curtain in the principal's office.
All right, and yes, I do remember that they were really funny, and also they were smart. They were smart in a different way. So they were really, like you said, they were really good at drawing comics. So thank you, Dia, for choosing this book. Now, Shuo, to talk a little bit about your book. Now, you mentioned that this is an action book, right? Now, my question to you is, how exactly can this book help people?
So so the book starts with a notion because if you look at Tony's life, this is a testament of Tony's life as well. So Tony Robbins is so he has been a janitor when he was 17 years old. He didn't finish his school, and so the book starts in a way that okay, he's in a helicopter and through from the top he looks down and see there is a huge traffic on the road, and then he's actually going into the seminar, right? So in that so he got concerned that okay, oh, because there's a seminar starting, he's gonna so he didn't want people to get delayed for the seminar. So then when he land the helicopter, he realized that the traffic jam is because of his because of his seminar, right? So the point is that, and then he could see that same building he used to work as a, nearby is a school, that same building he used to work as a janitor. So see the shift of, being a janitor of one place, and now, he's coming to his own seminar and in a helicopter. So that shows a lot about that person. So he talks about his journey of life, how each and every step, each and every step has helped him. How he has made his decision, and how, yeah, something called success formula. He has given the success formula on this, and then he has talked about how to have a lasting change, and then and how important mental shift is compared to physical shift. What is the combination of both? Then how emotion can, rather than emotion managing you, how to manage your emotion. So he has lived through each and every aspect in his life, and he has written this book based on whatever he has gone through in life. So it's a real life, true example. And what he did is, each and every section he gave an example, and he has showed how he has turned it around. So basically, when you read the book, at the end of the day, end of the book, as he will talk about different distinctions, how to take advantage of it, how to implement it in your life, and then the last chapter is he gives a 10-day challenge of applying each and every method. So basically, and then so something, there is something called knowledge. Now what Tony says in the book is that knowledge is not power. Knowledge is a potential power. So in the book he says that, that when you, so basically what he says, that once you read a book, read this book, when you take action accordingly, what he says, it is guaranteed that you will definitely have the result, or whatever goal you have in mind, it will help you to become a reality. So this book will help you to, rather than pushing yourself to make your goal into reality, this book will help you to, the pull factor, it will pull towards your goal. So that's how the book will be able to help. And it has helped millions
All
of
right.
people.
And I believe Tony didn't have a easy childhood. He had to go through a lot of difficulties, especially with his parents. And for him to write this book and come out as the most influential coaches of all time, it is a truly beautiful thing. And yes, thank you, Sho, for that amazing answer. Now, moving on to Dia. Now, this book is a very interactive book here. Now, what do you think about, there's this technique called Flipperama, right, in this book? What do you think of that?
I think it's a good way to show like it's a easy way to show how you can animate it even though it's not
Mhm.
like digitally, and it's honestly good for people can't watch on like watch it like the series, and people can make their own flipporamas too, so it gives people also an idea to do that.
So this proves the fact that George and Harold were actually geniuses, just in different ways, you know. So thank you, Dia. Now, moving on to Shuo. Now, Shuo, you mentioned about a lot of chapters, right? And you also talked about something called the success formula. Now, could you tell the audience what this success formula is exactly?
So in the book, what it says is that, that as a human being, we always striving to become a better version of ourselves. So here the distinctions what he shared. So one of them is success formula. Now it sounds too good to be true. Like, yes, if you know the success formula, why you don't apply and become successful, right? So it's about the mental shift more than actually knowing about the success formula. After knowing, are we taking the action or not? That is more important. So if you talk about success formula, now in so if you let's say if we ask somebody that what do you want to be when you get up, what do you want to be? Sorry, not get up. What do you want to be when you grow up? Right. So most of the time we tend to say 95% of the people they will say that I don't know. Right. Of course, in Dia's case, it would be different. If you ask Dia, she will say, yes, I want to be this. Dia, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be an editor.
See, she wants to be an editor. So if you look at Dia, so she has a clear idea that who she wants, right? So that's the outcome she wants in her life, let's say, right? And then so what happens is that now if you look at these days, parents are worried that okay, school is online, so many things are happening, kids are going learning actually or not. So, but then again, everything, when you have the first step of success formula in the book, it says is that have a clarity, what do you want? Well, you have to have a clarity about your outcome. That's the very first step. Now you can say that, okay, I want to earn money, right? Or let's say if I take Dia as an example, she said that she wants to learn, or she wants to be somebody who can do editing videos, right? That's the outcome she wants. So so that means what we have to do is that now that's the first thing of anything you want to do in life, personal, professional, financial. So if you talk about finances, okay, let's say I want to be rich. Somebody said I want to be rich. Rather than okay, then you can say okay, there's $100 I give you, so go, you'll be rich, right? You're $100 richer. So then it has to be something specific, some outcome. Okay, I want to earn $1 million or $10 million, like that. If you have an very first step, whatever we do in life, it can be the outcome what you want. It's as simple as, let's say you're going to visit a friend. About it, what when you want to do you just create pure fun, just to be with the friend and have fun. So that much of clarity we're talking about. So once you have the outcome in mind, then the next thing is you're willing to take. Uh, so next thing is would be why you want it. First the outcome, then the why, then the purpose. That okay, I want it because I want to contribute, I want to grow, I want to grow myself, maybe not physically, maybe mentally, or I want to have that that impact in this. So then you ask yourself why you want to do it. First is the outcome, then why you want to do it. Then third step is how I am going to achieve it. So it can have a different ways of achieving that goal, right? If we take Dia, so Dia wants to become uh, a YouTube editor, right? So or a video editor. So how after that, why she wants to do it, right? So that at this point it would be decided by us, right? But then again, we'll ask why you want to do it, right? So then, okay, let's ask Dia. Dia, why do you wanna do that? Why?
Because I've already started doing it, and I think I'm going to get better at it in the future, and I could earn money by getting views by stuff when you post it on social
Right.
media.
Got it. So you see the thinking process, right? So okay, so then okay, she's saying earning money and everything. So what we require to do is we will definitely coach her in a way that okay, she sees the bigger picture, right? Now third question. Then the third question you ask, how are we gonna do this? So how can we you can go send her to a school, or it can be you sign up for a program, or help the person to make the goal into reality. So then the how, right? So first the outcome, then the why, then the how. The most of the time what we do is we tend to ask the question how first, what to do. So that doesn't work. So we get then what you have to do is you have to push yourself to achieve that goal. So which doesn't work. So but if you have outcome in mind, which encourages you, which drives you. Then you ask why, and then you talk about how. Then that has a lot of pull factor. This is how I'm going to do it. Now, the last step is you have to look into different ways and focusing on different ways that if one way is not working, keep on changing. One way is not working, keep on changing. Simple reason. Fuller, let me ask you: have you seen a child, right? Have you seen any parents who said, okay, oh, if you cannot walk, okay, never mind, you don't have to walk. You just go ahead. Not let you walk. Have you seen any parents doing that? No, right?
I don't think I have. No,
Obviously.
no.
Yeah. So no wonder everybody walks in the whole wide world, right? So the point is the fourth one is if you're not getting the result, keep on changing your approach until you get the result. So those are the 4 steps. One is know your outcome, know your why, how you're gonna get it, and change your approach and your action until you make your goal into realities. Those are the 4 steps. If you do this again and again, repeatedly, any area of your life, it is guaranteed that you'll get the result in your mind what you have. It will be reality.
Got it. So the first step would be to have a very specific goal. The second would be to figure out why you want to achieve it. And the third one is how you're going to achieve it. And the fourth step would be if one step doesn't work, you try different approaches, right?
Yes, until you get the result.
Until you get the result. All right,
Yeah.
got it. Thank you, Shivo, for that amazing answer. Now, coming back to Dia. Now, Dia, this book could be also we could also call it a superhero book, right? And we have so many superheroes out there. Now, in real life, who is your superhero? We'd like to know that.
My sibling.
Your sibling. All right. And why is that, if I may ask?
Because she's very nice. She cooks for me, so I can also learn to cook from her, and also because I'm also teaching her some things, so that's why I look up to her as well.
All right, great. So you grow and learn together. That's actually, I mean, I have not met someone who actually has said, my sibling is my superhero. This is the first time. So that's very interesting, Dia. So now coming back to Shu. Now, Shu, this book talks about lasting change. Now, how do we go about creating lasting change?
So yeah, I was hoping, I was thinking Dia would say that I am her superhero, but I think a lot more work to
So was
put in.
I.
No, but just kidding. But these two are always together. So and yeah, so coming back to this, how to create a lasting change. So that's also very first thing what we require to do is in the book it says that you have to decide first. Now, when I say decide, when the book says decision, it's not that you decide to do something and then on the process you change your mind and do something else, right? So decision means you decide that, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to make it happen no matter what, right? And so simple example, uh, so when I read this book and then after that it had an impact on me on decisions. So still I practice that on and off. So I decided to get married across the border, right? So my wife is Sri Lankan. So we, by the way, I love my wife. She's gorgeous, she's beautiful, and so I decided to get married beyond the borders. Just imagine on the process, if I would have changed my mind, what would have happened, right? Okay. Probably we're not going to be having this flip side at the moment. So, so deciding factor is very important. So we got to decide first, and then there are 3-step process. Again, the book says, first of all, Are you ready for the answer, Philip?
Yes, of course. I'm waiting for the answer.
Sure. Okay.
Yes.
So answer is the book says raise your standard, right? Sorry, I don't have any scientific or very big answer to that. It sounds very simple, right? Raise your standard. Probably you are expecting some high level, scientific this thing. So that's the beauty of this book. So the book, what the book does is that the complicated matters that we think of in life to make it reality, right? Goal to reality, anything we want to do, we think is very complicated. But the book makes it very simplified simplification. By simplifying the matter, it is easier so when the reader reads it and take action, they get results. So first step is raise your standard. First, now, okay, how to raise your standard? Always look for things which will help you to make yourself a better version of yourself. Like here, sitting, talking to you, right? Talking to you on the together with my daughter, that itself having a positive impact, and this whole experience of it, this will help us to raise our standard for the next program. Or the people who are sitting here listening to us, it will help them. They're here because they want to raise their standard. That's why they're here. So it's a quality, not everybody has it, right? So I appreciate all the viewers who are here listening to this. So first of all, to raise your standard, and then second is change your limiting belief. Now, what is limiting belief? Now, we want to change a lot of things in life, right, Philel? Let's say I want to change this. I want a financial situation, personal situation. You know, it's easier said than done. Simple reason behind it goes to when an elephant is tied to a pole for a long time, a baby elephant, when they grow up, still they will be tied to the pole, but they will not go away. But elephant is such a big animal, right? So the thing is that um, so if you look at it, the reason you're not able to go away, not you, elephant not able to go away, because it started believing from the childhood that tying the leg to the pole, he was not able to move or go away anywhere. So that becomes his limiting belief. Even though he is so powerful or so much strength, but he's not able to utilize it because mentally he's not strong to go away or steer away from the pole and do whatever he wants to do. So like that, in our life, we have, as we grow up, we grow out of limiting belief. So what happens is that the book shows how to change belief into possibility and focus on the areas how to make it happen no matter what. And then, so in order to break away from the limiting beliefs, one thing is very important, that what is your strategy? You can have different strategies, right? Let's say you're making a cake, but a cake, what mix do you give in, and how much sugar do you want, what to put first, the egg or the sugar. So there is a way of cooking, making that cake, right? So that's the so what is the strategy, a correct strategy, what we're going to use to break away from the limiting belief so that we can raise our standard? Do you see the connection now? So those are the three steps the book always says. So when you're focusing on you raising your standard, first of all, look at it. What are the limiting beliefs you have, and what is the strategy you're going to use to break away? So the book gives a lot of strategy. So this is a book which will help you to understand that what are the different strategies we can utilize to break away from limiting beliefs and help ourselves to become a better version of ourselves by raising our standard. So those are the three steps. Raise your standard, change your limiting beliefs, and change your strategy. So those are when three of them get together, when you focus on these three areas, anything is possible.
All right. And now it makes a lot more sense because you, in the beginning, said this is an action book. and these are practical steps that you can take to change your life and create lasting change. So thank you, Sho.
Yes.
Now moving on to Dia. Now, Dia, I'm guessing this is one of your favorite books. Would you recommend this book to someone? And if so, why would you recommend?
I would recommend it to someone because it's very funny and you can learn some stuff from it, and it's like it's basically the movie but in a book, so people don't have to just watch the whole movie also. So it's
All
yeah.
right. So, are you saying that the book is better than the movie? Dia? Yeah. So, my last question to you, Dia, was do you think the book is better than the movie?
Not really. I think the movie is better than the book.
All right. Okay. All right. Good to know. Thank you, Dia. So, moving on to show.
Sorry,
Show,
Fulal.
this is
The question answer what you're looking for, it was not there.
it was not because trust me, everyone I have asked this question for, they have told the book is better. And
Right? Got
truly, I was not expecting this. So, sure, let's move on to your question. Now,
Yes.
this book also talks about mental fitness, right? How is it important and why is it important?
So in the book, it says is that whatever we do in life is 80% psychology and 20% skills, right? Uh, Simple reason behind. So was I, when I was reading the because recently we presented at book in our the office club. So so in the book, as it says that 80% psychology and 20% skills, right? In order to develop again and again, right? So then you develop a skill. Now all of us, most of us actually can play cricket. Now being from thanks to Sri cricketers, our coaches who has coached us in Bangladesh, so we also play cricket at the moment. So now you see. Now, when you say about cricket, what happens is that 20% skills, right? Everybody mastered it, but how come there is only one Sangakkara, only one Sakibul Hassan, right, or only one Mahela Jayawardene? Why is that? Simple reason behind they have mastered the 20% skills, but rest of their life they worked on their 80% psychology. To build our muscle, physical muscle, we go to a gym, right? Go for a run or go to a gym. But when was the last time we have gone to a mental gym? Just and see that this is 80% of it is comprising of psychology. So that's why so you can so it's a combination of both mental and physical, but mostly mental mental because I'm not talking the emotional intelligence or anything. I'm talking about emotional fitness, mental endurance. I'm talking about that. So the book talks about that, how to build a mental fitness in a way that which a reader will be able to read, learn, and implement in their life, and no matter what, whatever physical, no matter whatever they do, whatever results they want in life, when they focus on the psychological part of it, because it's 80% of it, and the book gives a lot of different psychological background, or when I say background, psychological tips and tools which will help a person to be mentally strong. Simple example of what kind of language, a simple example, if you ask me, what kind of language we tell ourselves, that itself can have a huge impact. Now, in the book, it says that, you know, mm, we we have in 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 average person in the whole life, they will learn uh, 2,000 plus vocabularies. More out of that, most of them would be, I think, 60 negative. That's how we are built up. That's how. So if you focus, if you want to focus the positive side of the so the book is what kind of languages you must tell yourself to influence yourself positively, so that you have a positive impact and produce a positive result. So that's how you build on your mental fitness. That's what the book says.
All right. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense because 20% is dependent on skill and 80% of it is your mind at the end of the day. And sure, I guess this is one of the tough questions because I'm going to now. Do you have any? If you were to choose one lesson from this book, what would it be?
So make a decision. Decision and make the decision. Make any kind of decision often. So what? So when you decide, focus on the decision. Focus on the outcome, because any moment, any decision when you take, that will change your destiny. Simple example: I met my wife in Bangkok while I was studying. Right? Let me give you an example. Uh, I met her when I was studying in Bangkok, and then she came up to me, she spoke to me, and then we decided that we're going to be together. So that was the point. Very first day when I met, I decided to talk to her, and she decided to talk to me. Today I am here because of that decision. I am with my youngest daughter, with Dia, with this flip side. So that's a simple example. So decision is very important. One takeaway would be that from the book.
One day. All right. Okay. Great. Great. So thank you so much. I'd like to thank our wonderful panelist, Dia, for choosing an amazing and humorous book, and Shu for choosing a very influential and life-changing book, and for also sharing valuable insights. So I would like to thank our audience for their support and positive feedback on today's Flipside session. With that, I'd like to conclude today's session. If you would like to know more about Pick a Book, please visit www.pickabook.club or contact us on 07755482283. You could visit www.pickabook.club or contact us on 07755482283. So with that, let's wrap it off. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a great
Thank you.
week ahead. Stay safe and happy reading.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Philal. Thank you. Thank you, Dia.